ABC Jack here. Welcome back to Vinyl Martini. It's been a while since I've posted a video, probably a little over 2 weeks. But I have been away in Vancouver. I went to see the Drive-By Truckers, as you can see my thumbnail. Had a little bit of a VC meetup with my good friend Brian, my good friend now Brian, who I've met in person. I met Brian virtually. He is doing a series of interviews where he taped around 20 interviews, I think, with people throughout the VC and his friends, where he has 10 questions, general questions that he asks everybody, and then he has 5 personal questions, and he kind of puts you on the spot, asking you about sad songs, happy songs, and it kind of puts you on the spot, but it was a lot of fun doing that and meeting him. And while we were chatting after that video was over, I happened to mention that I was going to be in town to see the Drive-By Truckers, and he had a ticket, so he invited me over to his place before the show to talk music, do whatever, meet up, and then we would share a ride downtown to the show. And as it happens, that night was a Stanley Cup final playoff game between Edmonton and Florida. So, of course, good Canadian boys, we had to watch the game. It was a great game. Edmonton was down 3-1. They came back 4-3. And then in 19 seconds to go in the final period, Florida scored. So going into overtime, but we had to leave. So we had to leave for the show because it was getting down to showtime. But on the ride down there in our Uber, he said, well, we have a choice. We can go on the show and see the opening act, or we can find a place to drink and try to catch the at least one period of the overtime. So we did that. We went to a little sleazy bar right across the street, bought Brian a drink. We watched the first overtime period, and Edmonton scored. So happy ending. Edmonton won that game 5-4. I know Edmonton lost the series in 6 games, but anyways, we were happy tonight. So anyways, that time, it was time to go to the venue to see the Truckers. We got in there just in the last song from Dear Chick Music, I think we're playing. And they finished, and the crew came out to take away their set and set up the Truckers for their set. And in the meantime, everybody that was packed in front of the stage went away to pick up some refreshments from the bar. So I was able to mosey on up to the front of the stage, not right at the rail because I don't like standing at the rail, but like 3 people back. So I had great seat, and not a seat. It was general admission, so I was standing on the floor. But what a show they put on. They did not disappoint. They have not been to Vancouver since 2019. I think I saw them at the Rickshaws Theater that year. And it was, like I said, a fantastic show. They played for about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes. And my only complaint, I guess, is that they're really mostly playing music that they have released in the last 5 years or so. They have a really deep catalog. They didn't play much from the rest of the catalog. Prior to this version of the tour, they were touring their most famous record, Southern Rock Opera, which they were playing in its entirety. And so I guess maybe they're a little bit sick of their older material. But like I said, it was a fantastic show. I had a great time meeting Brian, and it was a great night. While I was in Vancouver, I was there for about 5 days, staying at my daughter's place. Of course, I did some record shopping. I went to Neptune Records on Main Street. Highly recommended. If you recognize the name, it's because I think Mazzy and Brian's channel is Fitz Electric Bar. I will provide a link down below in the description for that. He's got a great channel. But anyways, Mazzy was in town, and Brian got a bunch of people together, and they went to Neptune Records and had a great time. You can watch his videos for that. Yeah, so without further ado, I'll show you the records I got from Neptune Records. The first one is an artist that I've been trying to find records for a long time. I see his records once in a while, but they're always beat up to crap. This is Don Nix, Living by the Days. Don Nix used to be in the Marqués, so he is from the Tennessee area, Memphis, I think. And he is a producer and an arranger, multi-instrumentalist. Of course, it's Southern music, kind of rock, country rock, Southern rock. He he did the arrangements for Mad Dogs and Englishmen tour with Leon Russell and Joe Cocker. He did the arrangements for the Concert for Bangladesh, George Harrison's thing. So really happy to find a copy of this. It's got a nice velvetized picture. The cover is a little bit dirty, but the record itself is in good shape. I don't think he wrote any of these songs because there's no credits. No credits to any of these songs. And it's on Elektra. So yeah, produced and arranged all the songs. But what really got me interested in the record was where it was recorded. It was recorded in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Where does it say this? Recorded at Muscle Shoals Sound Studios, Muscle Shoals, Alabama. He's got some great session people playing on here. Barry Beckett, Chris Stanton is playing, David Hood and Donald Duck Dunn, Wayne Perkins on guitar, Jimmy Johnson, Roger Hawkins on drums. So great lineup. Does a great version of The Shape I'm In. She Don't Want a Lover, She Just Needs a Friend. Living by the Days. My Train's Done Come and Gone. So great to finally get a Don Nix record. And it was $3. These are all from the cheapie bins, by the way, at Neptune Records, which they've got at least 10 bins. I took a little a punt on this one. It is a band called Green on Red. I love the title. It's The Killer Inside Me. They're I guess they're straight ahead rock outfit. Music from the American Revolution says on the sticker, Clarksville, Track You Down, His Master's Voice. Tried to find this on Spotify, and there are other Green on Red albums on this, but this is not available for streaming, so I don't really know what this is going to be like, but looking forward to giving that a listen. Next up, Stone the Crows, Maggie Bell's band called Teenage Licks. They used to do more R&B, bluesy songs. Maggie Bell is, I guess, you would call her a singer like Janis Joplin. She's got that big throaty voice. Lineup here is Maggie Bell on vocals, Les Harvey on guitars and recorder, Colin Allen on percussion, Ron Leahy on keyboards, and Steve Thompson on bass. Executive produced by Peter Grant. And this is supposedly more of a rock album. And Les Harvey is Alex Harvey's brother. And he actually died on stage tragically. He was electrocuted. I think they were doing an outdoor concert, and he got electrocuted on stage. So that's fairly sad. The band sort of went downhill after that, and Maggie Bell went on to a pretty good solo career. If you ever get a chance to pick up her first solo album, it's just called Maggie Bell, I think. It's on Atlantic. It's a great record. Highly recommended. But Stone the Crows, nice gatefold. I'll show you the back here. Great picture. Nice picture in the, I got it up. Got that upside down. So, Maggie Bell, and this was, I paid $12 for that one. Oh man, I really pushed the boat out there. Next up, a band, somebody's been talking about this, maybe Rob Walker or somebody in the UK has been talking about The Mission. And I found a Mission EP. It's called Wasteland. This is live recordings of extended version of Wasteland, Shelter from the Storm on side 2, Dancing Barefoot, and 1969 on the other side. So this is my first foray into them. I gave this a listen. Highly recommended. Kind of gothy post-punk from the UK. So The Mission. And this is a 12-inch EP for the price of a 7-inch single. $7. Fat Mattress 2, the band Fat Mattress. I picked up their first album in Boston last summer when I went to MGK's Kegger. I was with Trevor, Flat Round and Spun. And claim to fame here is that Noel Redding from Jimi Hendrix Experience is in this band. This is the band he formed after Jimi Hendrix. Did he kick him out of the band or decline to record with those guys anymore? But Noel Redding used to be a guitar player before he met Jimi Hendrix, and he ended up playing bass in The Experience. And this is not a big, wild, kick-ass blues rock record. It's more softer. And I only got it because I'm a completist. They only did 2 records. I've got their first, so I thought I'd pick up their second. And again, this is like $8. And never see this in this good a shape anyways. It's always beat up. So nice to have this. So I finally have all of Fat Mattress's output. Next up, a George Benson record. George Benson does not get a lot of love in the VC for some reason, but this is a CTI record. Anything on CTI is worth picking up. Got a great lineup on here. George Benson on guitar, Earl Klug on acoustic guitar, Ron Carter on bass, Herbie Hancock on electric piano, and Billy Cobham on drums. So, and percussions and vocals, Airto. So, yeah, it's trying to find the date on here. Now you're going to make a liar out of me. Of course, no sleeve. I'll find a date for you on here, maybe. 1972 on CTI. CTI records are so cheap, and they're usually pretty good. Worth picking up. Next up, Nina Hagen's second record. Nina Hagen is so, how do you classify Nina Hagen? Punk, cabaret, she's just undefinable. But this is her second record from 1983. I've got her first record. The first 2 records, I think, are her best record. Does a copy. She does a version of New York on here, My Sensation, and got a nice. It is on just the Columbia, but it's got the sleeve. It's got the credits on here. Got a lot of cool people playing on here. Maxine Waters, Carl Rucker, Steve Schiff. There's horns on here. It's got members of the Red Hot Chili Peppers playing on here. So early versions of that. So nice to pick that up. I don't know if I'd pick up all her stuff, but she's still going strong. She is very theatrical. Yeah, Nina Hagen. Her second record called Fearless. Next up, I'm almost at the end, folks. I only have 3 more records to go. But this is a Stiff Records compilation. I am a sucker for Stiff Records, and it is a bunch of undertakers to the industry. If they're dead, we'll sign them. Stiff Records comp. Artists on here, Nick Lowe, Reckless Eric, Motorhead's on here, Elvis Costello, Magic Michael, Stones Masonry, Jill Reed, Dave Edmunds is on here, the Tila Gang, and the Takeaways. It's a British import, and how much was this? $10. Comes with the inner. Like I said, I'm a sucker for anything on Stiff Records. There's the Stiff logo for you. So really happy to pick that up. It's sometimes difficult to find artists on Stiff Records, so that's why I pick up comps. And happy to have that. Add it to my comps collection. And 2 records that I was really, really happy to find. They were not in the cheapies bin, but they were pretty cheap. Mike Aldrich, perhaps one of the finest dobro players ever to pick up the instrument. Mike Aldrich is from just outside of Washington, D.C. in Maryland. He has played with everybody. He used to be in a band called The Seldom Scene, which is a newgrass band. It's basically bluegrass music, but with a modern twist. This is just called dobro. I've got a couple of Mike Aldrich records. I'm living in the wrong part of the world to pick up newgrass records or bluegrass records, but anytime I see anything by Mike Aldrich, I'll pick them up. Hillbilly Hula, Tennessee Stud, Rolling Fog, Dobro Island on here, Pickers, Mike Aldrich, Ben Eldridge, David Bromberg's on here, Vassar Clements on fiddle, Doyle Lawson on mandolin. He's played with everybody. He's done many, many sessions. I first picked up a Mike Aldrich record probably in about 1974. because his first solo record, he had Lowell George playing on there. Linda Ronstadt was on there. So I was a big Lowell George fan. Picked up just about anything that Lowell George did a session on, as well as his Little Feat material. But anyways, Mike Aldridge, Dobro, and another Mike Aldridge record called Mike Aldridge and the Dobro Guitar, exploring the boundaries of bluegrass, country, and blues, a portrait of instrumental artists of varied traditions merging and making music. So again, you've got a cast of characters on here. Panama Red's on here playing lead guitar. David Bromberg again. Vassar Clements is on here. So fantastic dobro guitar playing. He's not with us anymore, but he has played with just about anybody in the Newgrass tradition. Mike Aldridge, late I've seldom seen, and so happy to find another solo record in a surprising place that I didn't think I was going to find a Mike Aldridge record. So that's all I got for you. What am I going to say? I'm going to try and do another video before I go away. I'm going away for a little vacation with my wife next week. Oh, and I want to say happy 200th video to my good buddy Rob Walker. Rob is one of the first guys that gave me a shout out, was very encouraging when I started. A very, very shaky start to my VC channel. Thanks, Rob. Rob's been in the VC for at least maybe 6 years, 7 years, and he just posted his 200th video. So congratulations, Rob. He is a lot of people. He showed 30 12-inch singles. I don't have 30 12-inch singles, Rob, or I would have entered your thread or started your thread. So sorry about that. I only have about 7 12-inch singles, so I don't have enough to contribute. But anyways, congratulations again. So I am going out for dinner tonight. I'm going to upload this, and I will see you guys shortly, I hope. I'm not going to leave it as long as I did this in between. You know what I mean. See you soon. Cheers, guys.